So, folks, I've got the extreme pleasure of actually meeting a gentleman of our great musical community here in Canada. His name is Matthew Chaffey. I think I'm saying his last name
Yeah, that's
correctly.
correct. Yeah.
And he has behind him 20 years of Juno experience and a whole lot of collaborations. But today we're going to be talking about his brand new album called Hotel. I know it's Hotel. Hold on.
Hotel Texas.
Thank you. I was just listening to it again because the album is so well put together that it's fun to actually listen over and over again because you get all the proper emotional impetus.
Yeah, no, no.
So tell me, how long did it take you to actually create this album?
Well, this one was, you know, this was put together right before COVID. COVID put slowed down the release of the record, uh, and I had come down with. I recorded it in Austin, Texas, with my great friend Kaz Kazanoff from the Texas Horns, and I had come down with four of the songs, uh, more or less completed, and then Kaz helped me flesh them out, arrange them, put his spin on them, and a wonderful Canadian artist who plays with Big Sugar now, who lives down in Austin, Texas, Anders Drerup. One of the songs on there is his,
Okay.
"Waiting on You." He wrote that, and I loved the demo so much that we just decided to put it on there. The second song on the album is from a session I did here in Ontario, in Almont, Ontario, with a
Hmm.
different group of musicians, and it just worked out that that song fit the mood with everything else. So one song was done here in Ontario, was written a while ago, and the rest was all sort of put together in a few months, out of a creative kind of situation I was in, and recorded down there in Texas, and it just all was so happy with the results. Yeah.
So during COVID, while you were doing it, I'm assuming that it was file transfer shares and whatnot for tracks to be
No, no,
worked out.
we actually did it right before COVID. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
I was flying back while they were saying things will most likely get shut down. So we were all together in a great studio down there with Stuart Sullivan
Hmm.
engineering, Kaz Kazanoff producing, and had a great cast of characters playing with us.
Okay. Now, when you were doing the recording, was it your band, the one that's called the Matt Chaffey Band?
Uh, it was no, it was so the one song was done with a bunch of musicians here in Ontario that I use frequently, but the
Okay.
rest of the album was with the Texas Horns. Red Young on Hammond organ, very well known in the United States. He plays with Eric Burden and a lot of other people. I had played with him before at the Ottawa Blues Fest many times, and then a few people that were session musicians in Austin, wonderful musicians, Brandon Temple, Chris Maresh, like I said, Anders Drerup was there, and yeah, we just put it all together. It was great.
And I know that the album just came out very recently, officially,
Yeah.
but it was on pre-sale about, I think it was September, or was it?
No, it actually came out, if I'm not mistaken, April 1st.
There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
So, with that said, the album is actually quite well fleshed out. It shows your rhythm and blues chops. And the voice is, well, it's your voice, which I was completely flattened because I was expecting you coming out of a musical career where you were writing and giving songs to people that you were writing them for, or collaborating with, and then I was expecting to have just a lower voice quality due to lack of singing, but that's not the case. And I apologize in advance for thinking that way, but
Oh, it's all good. I mean, I've been playing one nighters in bars, clubs, and festivals since I was a teenager. So I've been doing this a long time, and I had a few other bands in the past that had some false starts, but I've had lots of experience in the studio and performing and playing my own stuff, and it's just it's natural progression to come out with my own stuff at this time. Yeah.
sweet. So, are you still doing gigs fronting for the Split or the Texas Mac?
We do some Texas Mac things infrequently. The Split is now a defunct group that ran its course. We had a great time with that.
Mhm.
Uh, and I actually did a thing with a group out of Ottawa called the Commotions, who they're doing well on the Roots music charts as well. I recorded a song with them on there, so I still lend my voice to some other projects, but I'm focusing more on my own thing these days. Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically a solo career.
Yeah.
Okay. And in regards to the projects that you're currently giving aid with your voice and your musical knowledge, any particular ones that we'd recognize?
Well, the Commotions are probably the most successful of the ones that I'm working with right now. They play lots of the jazz festivals. They were at the Tremblant Blues Fest and the Ottawa Jazz Fest, and
No, I'll have to look them up.
yeah, they're fantastic group with a large horn section and really great singers in that group. Yeah.
Okay. Now, for yourself, apart from your singing, which is your main musical instrument, any particular instruments that you tend to actually use yourself on an ongoing basis?
Yeah, well, on the Hotel Texas EP, I play guitar and a little bit of keyboards. I play a lot of guitar live at times. I also I've been known to play the bass and sing at the same time. So I play a little bit of everything, but usually it's guitars or maybe some keyboards.
Great. Okay, so you're a musical powerhouse. That's fantastic. Now, how long have you been playing? I know that it's at least 20 years, if not longer, but you said that you started in your teens, so we'll say what, around 14 to 16 as your
Yeah, well,
starting
yeah, I
age?
started playing in clubs when I was actually I was about 14 or 15. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and there's a great community here in Ottawa and down to Toronto and to Montreal of people that always support younger people getting honing their chops and doing their thing. So I was very fortunate when I was probably around 20. I got the opportunity to work with the prolific Alec Fraser out of Toronto, who's well known
Mm.
amongst the Maple Blues community, and the late great Michael Fonfair, who we did a few things with when I was younger, and they were they just great mentors and guided us. When I say us, my brother and I used to play together a lot. Curtis Chaffey, who plays with Samantha Martin and Delta Sugar.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so we had the opportunity to work with them, and when you get to know people like that early on, they sort of uh, connect you to other people, and opportunities come from that. So yeah, we had a great experience.
Yeah, so I've seen the information about you, your backing, your experience, and everything else is quite. I don't want to say it's limited, but I was only capable of catching bits and pieces here and there. But one that actually struck me by surprise was that you co-wrote a song for the series The Rookie with Monkey Junk, if I understand it correctly.
That song was that was a split song,
Okay.
I believe. But the stuff I did with I've had the great pleasure of co-writing, basically helping with the lyrics on four Monkey Junk songs,
Okay.
two on two different albums. One was the Juno winner, and one was nominated for a Juno. And they're great guys, and I've known them for a long time, and it was just a natural and great experience. But I will say that they wrote 95% of the songs, and I was just coming in to help with some of the lyrics, and shaping some of that sort of part of the song. But they're
Okay.
they're a powerhouse group, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I've had the chance to meet them, and they come often enough in the Maritimes, usually down to Nova Scotia because they've got lots of friends that they actually like to visit. So now with this new album, what are your current I'll use the word doings, but it's more, are you currently touring? Are you currently just doing gigs in certain locations? Are you centralizing yourself more in the eastern part of Canada right now?
Yeah, right now, just in and around Ottawa and a little bit of Toronto, but things are picking up. So, big plans to go back to the States, back to Texas, and definitely, I used to travel out east often with different groups that I was playing with, and I would love to get back to Halifax and Fredericton and St. John and just all of it. I love it out there. So, but right now, mainly around Ottawa and Toronto, and tomorrow night, I'm actually going to be playing a lot of the tomorrow night, Thursday, August 15th, at Overflow Brewing Company, and here in Ottawa, playing all the songs from Hotel Texas as a solo acoustic thing. So just lots of things in the works right now for sure.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite acoustic guitar?
Oh my goodness, love a Gibson jumbo guitar. I can't beat that. Uh, hard to choose, but I love a super jumbo. Yeah,
Okay. Good choice. So it's one of the premieres that either that or very old classics that people like to carry around, and you see the wear and tear.
yeah,
But I'm happy that they're going to get an acoustic show from the Grand Matthew Chaffey. So the one thing that I was wondering is, apart from you doing all this, creating this beautiful album with beautiful people that are very super talented, how does how does Matthew actually manage to have some time to himself in regards to hobbies, if you have any?
yeah. No, I don't have a lot of time for that. In fact, we on the heels of this one, we have another record in the bag that full length that's finished and ready to go that we're anxiously awaiting
Ooh.
for the right time. And short answer, I don't have any hobbies. I just spend all my time doing music.
That's the case for a lot of them, unfortunately. But in your case, that's very fortunate. Do you have an actual name for the album yet, or that's still in the works?
No, we're gonna call that one Unknown Legend, and we're just a wonderful. Again, I'm so fortunate to work with just wonderful people, and my partner, really, Ken Friesen, the great engineer and producer, who did a lot of the Monkey Junk stuff, maybe all of it actually. We did that one together in Toronto. Um, with names like Kevin Bright and Rob Pilch and Davide Dorenzo, and it's just
Wow.
yeah, Mark Ferguson. It's great. Yeah,
So basically, all the great names that go around and
yeah.
jump in whenever a project is being bequested of them, they tend to say. Um, so that said, um, I don't have many other questions. Actually, the only other question I have is going to be weird, but it's because it's a unique question. What would you say is your most favorite dish?
We're talking about food.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Um, that's my most favorite food. Well, I love I love all kinds of food. I mean, oh, that's a tough one. You're putting me on the spot. I love. Oh my goodness. I'm so many kinds of food going through my mind right now. You can't beat a steak, but I love Mexican food and Indian food. Really, anything. I'm up for anything as long as
Okay.
it's cooked with love.
Well, there you go. Is there anything you'd like to add? I know that you have an actual website where you sell merch and your product. But is there anything that you want us to know before we finish this interview?
Just off the top of my head, I would say that you love people to know about a gentleman that helped me put together some of the songs on the album that's coming out, and he did play guitar on "It Rains Forever" on Hotel Texas. Ben DeMillo, a fantastic guitar player from Ottawa, who's involved in many different projects. Ben DeMillo,
Hmm.
and since you're out east, I'd have to say that I'd be remiss to not mention two of my favorite artists from out east, Garrett Mason and Keith Hallett. I'm sure all your listeners know who they are already, but those guys knock my socks off every time I hear them.
I just wish that Garrett would actually come out and do more recordings, but he's, to put it politely, he's very eclectic and effusive. He prefers to do live shows.
Yeah,
And Keith, well, Keith is an all-around good guy. Both of them are um, quite powerhouses in their own right.
yeah, very
But
gifted.
and I'm glad that you know them and that you actually have friendship with them. But folks, as you heard, Mr. Chaffee has a lot of clout behind him, but he doesn't bow to lesser folk. He actually encourages them to come up into their own. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you, Yannick.